Hi, I'm Miss Forster, and I teach second grade at Oak Grove Elementary School.
Hi, I'm Miss Potter and I teach third grade.
And we are going to be reading and using the book The Paper Bag Princess, one of my absolute favorite stories.
We are going to share a reading strategy with you that we like to use in the classroom, and we're hoping you want to use at home as well. The strategy is called asking and answering questions, and Miss Forrester is going to go over some of the questions that you can ask your child while reading a book at home.
So your students may know this as the 5 W's and the 1 H questions because it's who, where, when, what, why, and how.
A question you could ask your child is, who are some of the characters in the story? Where is the story taking place? What time of day is the story happening?
And all of these questions help answer story elements to recall the story and remember what they're reading.
Yes, so we're going to model and show you how you and your child can do this at home.
So I'll be reading the story and Mrs. Potter will be stopping. She'll be the parent, I'll be the student, and she'll stop and ask me questions just like you can at home with your child. The Paper Bag Princess. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald.
Miss Forrester,
Yes.
Were you introduced to any characters in the story?
I was. I can tell that we have a princess and a prince, and if I look back at my text, she has a name that's Elizabeth, and he is Ronald. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Bum, bum, bum. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put on the paper bag and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forest and horse bones.
Miss Forrester, what's the problem in the story?
So a dragon came and smashed her castle and burned up all her clothes and stole the prince. Bad day. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and she banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love eating princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm very busy, dragon. Come back tomorrow." And he slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught in it.
Miss Forrester, what's the current setting in the story?
Ooh, it's the dragon's cave, and I can tell that by looking back at my illustrations or back at the text too. So we've changed settings a few times. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and she banged on that door again. The dragon stuck his nose out the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I've already eaten a whole castle today. I'm a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait!" shouted Elizabeth. Is it true that you are the smartest, fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Yes," said the dragon. "Is it true that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" said Elizabeth. "Oh, yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge deep breath, and he breathed out so much fire that he burned up 50 forests. "Fantastic!" And the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burned up 100 forests this time. "Magnificent!" And the dragon took another huge breath, but this time nothing came out. The dragon didn't even have enough fire left to cook a little bitty meatball.
Miss Forrester, why do you think that happened?
I think that she made him use up all his fire so that she's not in danger anymore. That's my prediction. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?" "Why, yes," said the dragon, and he jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again! Do it again!" So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in 20 seconds this time. When he got back, he was too tired to talk, and he laid down and went straight to sleep. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside, and she shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired, he didn't even move. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes. Your hair is all tangled. You're wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you're dressed more like a real princess." Rude. So rude. "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes, they're pretty. Your hair is real neat. You look like a real prince, but you are a bum. They didn't get married after all." The end.
Wow. So, how was the problem resolved?
So she tested the dragon, got rid of all of his fire, made him fly around the world twice, tired him out, made him really, really tired, went to sleep. Then he rescued the princess. She rescued the prince, and then the prince was really rude to her, and she decided he's not a very nice person. Didn't want to marry him after all.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We encourage you to practice this reading skill at home while reading with your children.
And happy reading.
Bye.